The practice sees the use of brass or golden rings around a woman or girl's neck.
Beauty standards can be pretty unique around the world, but these 30 are the weirdest of them all.
This is not only a formal requirement, but also a symbol of their readiness to take on family and community responsibilities.
So today let's dive into the most bizarre beauty standards around the world. Let's start. Number 1. Footbinding. The footbinding process is one of China's deep cultural practices, lasting nearly 1,000 years, from the 10th century until the mid-20th century. It involved tightly binding the feet of young girls to change their shape and size, creating what is known as lotus feet. Now, you may ask why something so cruel is common in society. Well, it's actually because, just like today, where many practices like plastic surgery are associated with beauty standards, the same was done hundreds of years ago when footbinding signified femininity. The females with small feet were considered beautiful, even if that beauty caused them to completely deform the natural shape of the limb.
Footbinding severely limited the mobility of the women who underwent it, and often resulted in permanent disabilities.
The process starts by soaking the girl's feet in a warm mixture of herbs and animal blood to soften the skin. Then, their toenails were either clipped very short or removed entirely to avoid any hindrance during the process. Now comes the actual painful part. Their 4 smaller toes were bent under the foot and tightly bound with long strips of cloth. This caused their blood flow to become very minimal and sometimes completely cut off the circulation.
Like and subscribe right now, and you'll have amazing luck for the rest of the week.
The bones of these poor girls mostly broke during the process, and to cure it, their bindings were removed regularly and tied up again, even tighter once cleaned. The procedure continued until the foot became only about 3 inches in length, aka the golden lotus. But it's worth mentioning that 3 inches is known to be the maximum, and only a few girls achieve golden feet. Others stop at a few inches bigger or nearly the ideal size. Number 2. Japanese teeth blackening. Ohaguro is undoubtedly a unique tradition in Japan that dates back to ancient times. To this day, it's still practiced in rural areas. To look beautiful and mature according to social norms, the women stained their teeth with a black substance. It was also mostly practiced by married women or young girls who were becoming adults. Unmarried and old women typically didn't perform ohaguro.
Ohaguro was practiced by both men and women upon reaching adulthood in the Jimpyuku.
Blackened teeth were also seen as a sign of loyalty, because unlike white teeth, which can stain and become yellow, black teeth remain the same spiritually, which can be assumed as loyalty. Thankfully, it wasn't a permanent thing, as the solution to color their teeth could easily be removed and reapplied on a daily basis. It's like makeup, just a bit more strange. It's worth mentioning that during earlier eras, men also blackened their teeth, but this practice was short-lived, as it became exclusively a woman's thing during the Edo period. Today, the practice remains quite forgotten, but not entirely, as many rural areas of Japan still practice ohaguro to keep the custom alive that began many, many years ago. Number 3. SharkLike Teeth. Montawai tribe. To this day, the beauty of teeth is heavily focused on. Some want their teeth to look very white, while some want to make them completely black. But there's one group that wants them to be as sharp as a shark's teeth. I'm talking about the Mentawai tribe, a group of people living on the Mentawai Islands off the west coast of Sumatra, Indonesia. Here, women have been sharpening their teeth into shark-like form for many centuries, and it's safe to say that it isn't a process you can go through without feeling extreme pain. The Mentawai people believe that beauty is closely tied to physical appearance, and sharpened teeth symbolize attractiveness and social status. So, without the help of modern dental tools like drills or anything else, they primarily rely on handmade tools such as a chisel and a piece of wood. They use these tools to chip away pieces of teeth until they look sharp like fang. And during the procedure, no anesthetics or painkillers are used to minimize the pain.
The women only bite down on a piece of banana bark to endure the pain throughout the ritual.
This procedure allows women with sharpened teeth to be considered more desirable and have better prospects for marriage. Number 4. Lip plates. The Mursi and Suri tribes in Ethiopia are undoubtedly among the most bizarre tribes to have ever existed. But when it comes to their lip plate tradition, you can forget about everything else, as it goes way beyond minor piercing. This tradition focuses on enlarging their lower lip by creating a hole and fitting a disc inside of it. It's a painful practice that just gets worse as both men and women increase the size of the lip plate, stretching the lip to become very large. The procedure begins at a very young age for elders. Typically, a family member makes the first incision to the lip, and the rest of the process continues throughout their lives.
Many young girls in Regia seem eager to get theirs. I often see them with branches in their mouths, practicing for the day when their lips will be stretched and they will be ready for marriage.
The size of the lip plate is directly linked to beauty standards within Mersey culture. A woman with a larger plate is often considered more attractive and desirable for marriage. It's also believed that the larger the lip plate is, the more significant their wealth is. Moreover, when a woman's husband dies, their lip plate is removed, as in the Ethiopian culture. The beauty of the female dies with the death of their other half. The tradition is more common among women, but men also wear lip plates as a sign of their journey towards adulthood. Number 5. Elongated necks. The Kayan Lahui people of Myanmar and Thailand are known for many things, but what stands out the most is their tradition of using neck rings. The women here love to have elongated neck. That's why they use neck rings in hopes of getting a longer neck than a giraffe.
The rings are first put on between the ages of 5 and 9, when the bones are smaller and more flexible.
Traditionally, girls begin wearing these rings around the age of 5 and continue to do so throughout their lives. The first ring is placed around a young girl's neck, and additional coils are added as she grows. As the body grows, it adapts to this modification and becomes permanent. According to scientific studies, the length of the neck is actually not increasing at all. Rather, it's the collarbone that pushes downwards due to the pressure of these rings. So, in other words, it's an illusion that makes it look like the girls have very long necks. The number of rings worn can indicate a woman's age, so a young girl would have only a few coils around her neck, while an elder may have more than a dozen. It's definitely one of the weirdest and most fascinating beauty standards the world has ever seen. Number 6. Hairstyle of women in the Himba tribe. The Himba tribe, native to Namibia, is yet another tribe renowned for its distinctive culture to signify beauty. Instead of poking holes and using lip plates, they mainly focus on hairstyle. For Himba women, hair is something that distinguishes them from others. In fact, it's what represents them in their society. The young girls style their hair with 2 braids called ozonation. As they reach puberty, they undergo a ceremonial transition into adulthood, receiving more elaborate hairstyles that include the Kori headdress, which is made from tanned animal skin. Wearing it signifies that the girls are ready for marriage, and once they do get married, they often wear the ornate ensemble, adorned with braided hair and shaped with a special paste known as otjais.
Hair braiding is a communal activity done by close relatives. It can take up to 3 to 4 days to do their hair, but the style lasts about 3 months.
A red-orange paste made from butterfat and many other material. This paste is used not only on their hair, but also on their skin to give it an orange hue. It's also worth mentioning that the Himba tribe lives in a hot climate, so this paste keeps their body temperature cool and moisturized. Overall, the hairstyles of Himba women reflect their identity and cultural heritage in front of the world, and is definitely something that makes every cultural enthusiast travel here and experience this unique tradition themselves. Number 7. Yaeba. It won't be wrong to call Japan the land of anime instead of the rising sun. People here completely adore these fictional characters like they're actually real, and because of this obsession, many even try to look like them. And if you're an anime lover like me, there's a good chance you've come across a female character with cat-like fangs sticking out of their mouths. Well, fellas, that actually has a name for itself, and it's called a yaeba, meaning double tooth. Japanese people, mainly girls, love to have double or crooked teeth, which makes them look cute and young. Many people naturally have a yaeba, and those who don't go to a dental clinic to get one. The trend truly gained significant popularity around 2011, as the young generation was largely influenced by the yaebas of pop culture figures like Tomomi Itano from the girl group AKB48. Today, many girls either choose a temporary yaeba appearance using artificial teeth, or go to extreme lengths to completely alter the shape of their teeth to get permanent results. This trend just proves that if one culture hates crooked teeth, it doesn't mean that others can't adore them. Number 8. Men of the Ethiopian body tribe. If you think society hates your obesity, then why not change the people around you with the ones that actually admire being fat? The body tribe resides in Omo Valley in southern Ethiopia and is known for its unique cultural practice. What makes them so famous is their annual fattening competition among men, in which the entire tribe gets together and admires body size as a symbol of beauty. If you're a slim person in this group, consider yourself very unlucky. Too bad for the Korean boy bands. as this might be the only place in the world that would consider them not good looking. This competition mainly happens during a festival called Kael in June or July. The men prepare themselves for this competition every year to gain a superior belly size to their opponents. The contestants are pre-selected and have a 6-month deadline. Their diet is mainly composed of cow's blood and milk, along with honey. This diet might want to make you throw up, but it's worth knowing that it's a calorie-rich meal that is vital for helping them gain weight quickly. To make things more weird and bizarre, these men don't kill cows to obtain blood, but rather puncture one of the veins, and once they get enough blood, they seal the wound. Moreover, the tribe's women do most of the physical work and even feed the men, so they don't have to move around and keep gaining weight. The man with the biggest belly during the Kael festival is crowned as the Fat Man of the Year, earning lifelong admiration and status within the tribe. So, you basically become the hero of the tribe by doing nothing but consuming a disgusting diet. It's a truly one-of-a-kind tradition that I'm sure none of us would ever want to try. Number 9. Longhorn Meow people. The Longhorn Meow, traditionally known as the Suojia Meow, is a very popular ethnic group residing in the mountainous regions of Guizhou Province, China. Although there are only about 5,000 of them, each member of their community is highly culturally significant. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Suojia Meow is their practice of long-horned headdresses worn by women. These headdresses are crafted from wool, linen, and sometimes the hair of ancestors, wrapped around animal horns or wooden clips. Each woman is carrying up to 2 kilograms up their head, and all that effort is to symbolize beauty during festivals and special occasions. Their festivals, such as the Tiao Hua or Flower Festival, play a crucial role in community life. They provide opportunities for socializing and displaying culture in front of the young generation and tourists from all over the world. Number 10. Karo tribe, Ethiopia. The Karo tribe, located in the Omo Valley of Ethiopia, is yet another odd one. It is known for its intricate body painting practices. This art form is a significant aspect of their culture, reflecting beauty identity and particularly looking more attractive towards the opposite sex. Karo people use natural pigments from their surrounding environment, including white chalk, colored ochre, yellow mineral rock, and even charcoal. The tribe's body painting art is vast and varies from elaborate simple dots and lines to complex designs featuring animal shapes and numerous other things they see in their surrounding. The tribe people create these unique designs using fingers and sometimes sticks for detailing. Moreover, the designs and patterns can change on a daily basis, and both men and women practice these. It's also worth mentioning that the Karo tribe is known for scarification practices in addition to painting their bodies. We'll discuss this later in the video, so watch until the end. These practices serve aesthetic purposes and signify an individual's maturity and involvement within the community. Number 11. Tajikistan's unibrow. Have you ever seen a person with both of their eyebrows joined instead of being separated? Well, if you did, I bet you felt weird looking at it, but that's not the reaction people in Tajikistan will show. In their culture, the unibrow is celebrated as a symbol of beauty and femininity, which is completely opposite of Western beauty standards, which are often viewed as unattractive. The unibrows are locally known as cinephrines, and the Tajik women really admire them if they have a natural unibrow, and in public, they go out confident without feeling any insecurity. But those who aren't naturally blessed with a unibrow often turn to an herbal remedy called usma. This leafy green herb is widely sold in local markets. It is applied to the eyebrows to create the appearance of a thick, dark unibrow. Here in the West, women are on the verge of breaking down, crying, and trying to get rid of their unibrows. But in Tajikistan, that's something every woman desires to have, even if it means getting it artificially. Now, that is truly a unique culture and bizarre beauty standard that you won't find anywhere else in the world. Number 12. Apatani women, wooden nose plugs. This is the Apatani tribe, located in the Zero Valley of Arunachal Pradesh, India. There's no denying that this might be the most beautiful place in the world. But before you think too far, you have to consider the cultural practices of the people of this tribe. The women are known to use wooden nose plugs and facial tattoos.
The nose plugs were made of wood and are called yaping ulo. The tribe plugged the girls' nostrils at a very young age and tattooed their faces to keep them safe.
The wooden nose plugs, known as yaping hullo, are large wooden pieces inserted into the nostrils. Now, if you think that looks unattractive, you're right. That is the purpose behind it. Because historically, this practice was introduced to make Apatani women less attractive to men from neighboring tribes who were known to abduct them for forced marriages. By altering their appearance, the Apatani aim to protect their women from such threats. It is a truly tragic origin for this practice among women, but even to this day, when no such threats exist, they still continue to follow it, and today, it's considered a very beautiful standard among the tribe. In addition to the nose plugs, Apatani women traditionally get facial tattoos called tipe. These tattoos consist of dark vertical lines running from the forehead down to the chin. They are created using a mixture of different materials found locally in the tribe. While these modifications may appear unusual to outsiders, they hold significant cultural meaning within Apatani society. But the tradition is slowly dying out as fewer and fewer of the younger generation follow the old method, and maybe that's for the greater good. Number 13, African scarification. Now, let's get back to another bizarre beauty standard that we previously mentioned. I'm talking about the scarification practice in the African tribal culture. Scarring one's body with intricate designs has been going on for hundreds of centuries in Africa, and to this day, the tribes still follow it like they once did in ancient time. Now, many might say that these self-inflicted scars and brandings are just for beauty or tattoos, but in reality, they serve a much more meaningful purpose, such as showcasing an individual's identity. These scars can be specific to a tribe, so its members would brand each other so other tribes would know. Moreover, the Africans also scar themselves when they achieve a milestone, such as becoming old, getting married, and winning or losing a battle. In Uri and Mercy tribes in Ethiopia, intricate scar patterns are used for aesthetic purposes and to attract potential mates. So, in other words, these tribes have deep respect and honor for the practice of scarification, as it symbolizes many things in their culture. Number 14, body piercing with sticks. Across various cultures around the world, piercings are quite a common practice, but there are numerous places where people don't even bother using modern methods and straight up use a stick to pierce the body parts.
Acacia thorns, they grow in the bushes here, and this is how they do the piercings.
From Africans to many tribes in America and India, people use sharp and pointy sticks to make holes in their bodies, mainly to look more attractive, or to signify that one has entered adulthood. They also believe that this is the spiritual way to connect with their deity. It's a truly painful tradition that many follow, but it's still a part of their culture. Number 15, tight lacing. Tight lacing is by far one of the most bizarre and uncomfortable beauty standards in history, particularly during the Victorian era. The practice mainly involved corsets, which women wore to look more fit and slim with a reduced waist size. But in tight lacing, those corsets were made so tight that one might say it was a bone-breaking experience. The women had to do it to fulfill the beauty standards of that time, and wearing corsets for prolonged periods permanently reshaped their bodies. Some women went as far as to aim for waist measurements as small as 17 to 19 inches, creating what was known as a wasp waist. Number 16, elongated ears, Maasai tribe. Like many African tribes that follow strange beauty standards, such as lip plates and piercings with sticks, the Maasai tribe, indigenous to Kenya and Tanzania, is renowned for stretching their earlobes and inserting a plate inside them. It's kind of an extreme fashion, but this time, instead of putting a plate in the lower lip, it's inside your earlobe. The process is also quite similar. An incision is made in the earlobe, and a wooden plate is placed in it to stretch it out. As the wound starts healing, the plate's size also increases. The discomfort may diminish over time, but the result remains permanent. Number 17, long fingernails. If you want to see the most disgusting beauty standard, then there's nothing worse than having long nails. It's something that has been practiced for many, many centuries, and to this day, it's a trending fashion among women. People like to grow their nails very long and do all sorts of procedures to make them look beautiful, but that still doesn't change the fact of how disgusting it is.
The longest female fingernails in the world. They belong to Ayanna Williams of Houston, Texas, and they've landed her in the 2018 Guinness Book of World Records.
The long nails are basically dead cells, so keeping them around won't do you any good. Moreover, all the dust and different kinds of things get stuck in them, which can cause infections. But no matter how much proof is given, people just don't want to cut them. In fact, some even go as far as growing their nails to several feet just to get a world record. Now that's extreme, ain't it? Number 18, plastic surgery. Plastic surgery is the modern era of beauty standards that have taken over the world. It's the go-to option to change anything you don't like about your face into something you like. If you're getting old and have wrinkles, no worries. With a quick procedure, the surgeons can literally give you a facelift and eliminate your insecurity. Well, all of that sounds pretty good, right? But in reality, it's hard to think whether this procedure is either a blessing or a true nightmare.
The taboo for plastic surgery has often been that it's seen as something that is unnecessary, or when we say cosmetic surgery, seen as unnecessary.
What first started as an actual treatment for wounded soldiers who lost parts of their faces is now used to look more aesthetic. Many of these surgeries go as planned, but many go severely wrong. So, is it worth risking your perfectly fine-looking face just to meet society's beauty standards? Number 19, fuller lips. Having bigger and fuller lips is a dream of every girl today. Everyone wants perfect lips, like celebrities such as Kim Kardashian. To achieve this, they even inject different substances into their lips to make them look fuller. Botox is one trending solution that allows women to adjust the size of their lips. However, some stop when desired results are achieved, but there are some lunatics that kind of become addicted and make their lips so filled with Botox that they're on the brink of bursting. What is wrong with these people? Number 20. Eating tapeworms to lose weight. Slim bodies are undoubtedly considered an ideal body shape among people, primarily women. Those who try to find a shortcut to achieve the results go to extreme lengths, but nothing is more shocking than intentionally consuming tapeworms to lose all the fat. This strange and life-threatening treatment to lose weight was actually first introduced during the Victorian era when women ingested tapeworm eggs. These eggs were in the shape of pills, and when released into the body, they started to consume the nutrients inside the intestine. This significantly affects the person's diet and leads to a rapid decrease in weight. Number 21. Extreme piercing. Some people just take things too far, don't they? Like these people who have a beauty standard of their own, unlike the Africans and other cultures that use lip plates or nose plugs. These people have broken records of piercing their skin. From putting implants inside their forehead and cheeks, to putting piercings almost everywhere on their body, it's hard to imagine how they even sleep. For these people, body modification is the actual beauty, but for the majority, it's just nightmare fuel. Number 22, heart-shaped face, South Korea. In South Korea, looks play a huge role in almost all sectors. One of the ideal face shapes the country believes in is a heart-shaped face. A wide forehead and a narrow chin symbolize youthfulness and femininity in the community. Many even seek cosmetic procedures like V-line surgery and fillers to achieve this ideal look fit in with the beauty standard. Number 23, skin whitening, Thailand. Countries like Thailand are extremely crazy about skin color, particularly white skin. They would do anything, like spending hundreds of dollars to get glowing white skin. Fair skin is considered an essential requirement for being beautiful and wealthy in this country, while darker skin has traditionally been associated with laborers and farmers who work outdoors. Number 24, nose bandages, Iran. Those who undergo rhinoplasty cosmetic surgery usually lay low during recovery and reveal their faces when they are fully healed. But in Iran, that's not how things work. When Iranian women get a nose job done, the bandages they receive afterward become a symbol of beauty, which they openly show off. Now, that's much more bizarre than anything shown in this video. Who would have thought someone could flex their bandages? Number 25, bagel head. A bagel head is something that doesn't even look good at all, but people in Japan still want it for some reason. It's a temporary body modification that involves injecting a great amount of saline directly into the forehead to create a bulging bagel-like shape.
400 cc's of saline, and 2 hours later, they're full up.
The procedure originated in Canada in 1999 and was popularized in Japan around 2007 by the renowned body modification artist Karapi Maeda. It's undoubtedly a bizarre thing to witness, making you wonder why anyone would even want to look like an alien. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell icon for more exciting content. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.